time to make music together, so bring me over to your piano because we're going to make some music. Today we are talking about intervals. What is an interval? Well, an interval is the distance between any two notes. Try out different intervals on your piano with me. And let's start with this closest of interval called second. Well, technically you can have a unison, no distance apart, but we measure intervals starting from the first one, and then if we come up to this second note, these two notes we would call a second apart from one another. I want you to try out some different seconds on your any notes that are just a step apart are called a second. You'll notice that sound has a bit of a dissonance, which is a fancy music word for tension. It's almost like you're in an argument. Most people find that not a pleasant sound, which in music is called dissonance. So a second has a certain amount of dissonance to it. But all you got to do is move one step farther, and now we have a third. And notice the sound of thirds. How much more beautiful and pleasant that is. Play some thirds on your piano. So basically a third will always skip one note in between. 1, 2, 3. So there's one note in between. It makes a beautiful sound in my opinion. You go one further and then you're on a fourth. Fourths are fun. Has kind of, to me, almost an ancient sound. It turns out 1,000 years ago, monks who were some of the pioneers of music, who helped invent our system of writing music on the staff that we still use today, they would often harmonize melodies in fourths, like this. To us, it has that kind of ancient sound when you use fourths. Fifths, to my ears, sound similar in a lot of ways to fourths. And then if we go one further to sixths, here I believe is another one of my favorite intervals, along with thirds. In terms of just beauty, I love the third and the sixth. To play a sixth, because most of our hands fit very nicely on 5 keys. To do a sixth, you have to go one beyond maybe what your fingers are comfortable with, but just find that shape, and then you can move your hand up and down the piano to play sixths. So try some sixths on your piano and listen to the beautiful sound that those can make. As today we're going to be improvising with these intervals, so I just want you to get familiar with them. Figure out which ones you like. Of course, you can keep going from there. Sevenths, like seconds, have a dissonant, not completely pleasant sound. Like two notes are in an argument with each other. Then you go one further and you're on an eighth, which is also called an octave. A to an A has a very solid, clear sound. Now, today I'm going to be playing an accompaniment from Pattern Play. And this is a book I often like to use in these jam sessions. And I'm using the accompaniment called Reflecting. Let me play that for you so you get used to how that sounds. You can hear it's a very thoughtful melody, okay? So I'd like you, let's focus mostly on thirds. And you can just take like your finger 1 and 3, plant that in a third, and then just try stepping up and down. And that is going to sound really beautiful with my accompaniment You can also switch to sixths. And then if you get bored of that, my accompaniment is in the key of A minor, so you could use these 5 notes of the A minor pentascale, or any white key actually is going to sound beautiful with this accompaniment. So let's let yourself run free today. Remember that when you improvise, there are no right or wrong notes. You're letting your creative juices just flow through you. And let your fingers create without judging them. Maybe some of the notes you won't think quite sound right, and that's okay. Just step up a note or down a note, and usually that will land you on a note that does sound better. You can try different rhythms, and remember to let the music breathe. You don't have to always be playing. Sometimes you can wait for a new idea to come to you. Improvising is like having a conversation. When you're talking with someone, you don't always know what you're going to say next, and that's okay. You let the other person talk, then you talk. So sometimes you might let me play a little bit by myself, and then you might play. I'll always be playing to kind of create the mood, and you'll lead out with the melody that comes from your heart. Again, there's no right or wrong. So let's improvise together. Like I said, I encourage you to experiment with thirds and sixths today. And when you get bored of that, just play any white key to make up a beautiful melody. There's no right or wrong. So let's play some music together. It's time to improvise. Great. How did your improvisation go? I hope you had fun. Being creative, just expressing yourself with the music. Now, I'd like to show you what I was doing with the accompaniment. So if you are lucky enough to have a duet partner at home that can play with you, my accompaniment was very simple. With my left hand, I was just playing these 2 notes, A and E. Here's my middle C. My left hand was doing that. And with your right hand, you can improvise a melody. So you could actually accompany yourself. Your left hand can do this. But if you want to do it as a duet, the right hand can add these 2 notes. Okay, so I was playing this with damper pedal, by the way. It's so simple and so beautiful. And then I went down a third to F and C, and these went down to G and A for the next chord. And I play that 2 times. And then you go back to A, E, B, C, A, E, B, C. You can try this with me if you like on your piano. And then when I got bored of that, there's one other chord you can try, which is right in between the two, right here, a G chord. G, D, A, B. And then we're back to A. So just those 3 chords, that's all I was doing the entire time. That can make a beautiful accompaniment. If you have a duet partner, they can do that. Otherwise, you can just use these 2 notes with your left hand, while your left hand can play those chords, while your right hand makes up a melody. All right, so this week, I encourage you to use those patterns that I showed you and keep practicing your improvising. You can come back to our Facebook page and watch this again, or on YouTube, and improvise with me that way. Or like I said, find a duet partner, or use your left hand to play those 2 simple chords, and then let your right hand go free, improvising a melody. Now, as is our tradition, now that we're done with our jamming for the day, the finger puppets want to come out and tell a joke, and then if you want to stick around, we'll do shout outs at the end. If you want to go to Facebook, to our live stream there, just type in with a comment, your name, and where you're watching from, and I'll say hello. Let's see if the finger puppets are ready to come out and give us a joke. Hey, Scuba, you ready for a joke? I'm always ready for a joke. Okay, here's one for you. Why do bees have sticky hair? I don't know, why? Because they use a honeycomb. Good one. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys. Thanks for that joke, guys. That was fun. All right, I'm gonna go to my phone where I can log in and see who's online giving a hello. Here we are. Time for shout outs. Hello to Leah in Mexico. So glad you could watch today. And hello to Grace in Pennsylvania. Hello to Kaylee, 15, in Hollister, California. Glad you could watch. Hello to Angelina in Canada, Toronto. Hello. Oh, and she's, Angelina, you notice there's a bit of an echo when my microphone is on the piano. That's because the piano is going directly into the camera, but then my microphone also picks up the piano, but they end up being slightly out of sync, which creates that kind of echo effect. That's why I try to remember to turn off my microphone when I play the longer stuff. But I get that there's a bit of an echo some of the time. Maybe we'll be able to work that out. We're always trying to improve our broadcasting setup when we can. To Rebecca Smith in Charlotte, North Carolina, who just started this week. Congratulations and welcome to Hoffman Academy. Hello to Gina Choi. Hello to Mickey in Plano, Texas. Aloha to Jaden, who is 5 years old. Hello to Lila in Florida, and happy Easter to you too. Hi to Jana in Seattle. Hello to Austin, Jason, and Lisa in North Carolina. Austin finished Unit 3 and has started Unit 4. Congratulations. Hello to Isla and her dog Erasmus. Did your dog play today? That would be impressive if the dog did play. Let's see. Hello to Sandra in Bermuda. Hello to Elisha in Pennsylvania. Second time joining, glad that you came back and starting Unit 4 tomorrow. That's 2 people going into Unit 4, congrats. Hello to Ellie. Hello to Izzy in Texas. And she likes the name Key. So if you are on our Facebook page, you may have noticed we posted this new character that our graphic designer created. And we need a name for this character. We don't even know like if it's a he or she or they or anything's possible. So come up with your names and let us know through social media, or you can email names@hoffmanacademy.com and we will see which name we like the best. We have a few ideas too, but we'd love to hear which ideas you have. Help us name our new character. Hello to Daria in New York City. Hello to Philip and Clark in Arizona. Hello to Eva in Spokane, Washington, age 12. Hello to Anna in Kentucky, who asked, Mr. Hoffman, does swaying get you deeper into the song? I wonder if you asked that because you saw me swaying today, or if you're just wondering in general. I think most musicians who perform have a real connection with the music, and I hope you'll develop that connection too. And it's a kind of connection, musicians like to say, we feel the music. Music isn't just something you do like your math homework. And I love math homework, by the way, don't get me wrong. But math is something I do in my head. It's all like just solving a problem or a puzzle, which I love to do. But music is something I feel with my whole body. And sometimes the way a musician feels that makes them want to sway. And that's perfectly fine. If swaying feels natural to you, go for it. It's not something you have to do. I never tell my students, oh, you must sway as you play. You know, it can become distracting if you, go overboard with it. You don't want to fall off your bench, of course, but it is important to feel it. So experiment with that and see what helps you feel it. Maybe moving a little bit as you play will help you feel it. Just see what feels right. Jenny says, Happy Easter, Mr. Hoffman. Thank you, and Happy Easter to you as well. Jackie says, I am in Unit 5. Congrats on making it to Unit 5. Ellie is in Louisiana. By the way, I said hi to Ellie earlier. Nice to know where you are, Ellie. And sounds like you sent a video to me, and I will have to check that out. Sometimes I get behind because we get a lot of videos from people, and it's always fun for me to watch those. So thanks for your patience as I check that out. And let's see, Jenny Lynn, or maybe that's a mom, but says, I'm in Unit 10. Dog wasn't playing, but was just panting next to you. That's probably what I expected. Hello to Scarlett and Sai in the Philippines. So glad to have you. Hello to Ethan in Canada. And happy April Fool's Day, someone says. Thank you. I don't know if I should share this or not. I hope I don't get in trouble. But when I was in high school, I played an April Fool's joke, a musical April Fool's joke on my choir teacher. which at first she was kind of upset until I explained it to her, and then she laughed about it. But I took a piece of Scotch tape and, I tested it. Scotch tape usually doesn't leave a mark. Normally I would say, don't do anything to your piano as a joke. But I put a little piece of Scotch tape on the edge of two white keys. So when I push one white key, both would go down together. And my choir director thought that someone had destroyed the piano, and she was so mad. And then I raised my hand. She was like, who did this to the piano? And I very sheepishly raised my hand, because I was usually a very good kid in class. I'm a rule follower kind of person. But I admitted, I went down and I peeled off the piece of Scotch tape and showed her that no harm had been done. And then we all had a good laugh. But so ever after that, though, I realized that sometimes jokes can get you in trouble. So I've never been a huge fan of April Fool's Day since that unfortunate moment for me in high school. Again, sometimes you can look back and laugh, but sometimes your joke cannot go the way you expected. So I hope any tricks you decide to play do not cause any real harm and can be appreciated by all. Okay, if you're not Jenny, because your name says Jenny, you need to tell me what your name is. Because all I can see is what you type in, and I can see your account name, and it says Jenny Lynn, but maybe that's your mom. So just tell me who you are so I can say hello to you. And let's see. Hello to Isla in California. Glad you're watching. Hello to Ethan in, wow, I don't know how to say this, Mississauga. That looks like it's in Canada. Just started Unit 4. Congratulations, Ethan. Angelina is the person I was talking to a second ago, whose parent account says Jenny. Hello, Angelina. Glad you are watching. I'm glad you like the jokes. And hello to Samuel, age 6, Liam, age 8, and Elijah, age 10. Glad you all are watching. And Ellie says, I just finished Unit 2, excited to start Unit 3. That's awesome. Everyone's making good progress. I hope you practice a little bit every day. I'm just looking through to see if there are any more names I missed. I was just thinking about something. Tonight, before you go to bed, try brushing your teeth with your other hand than you normally do. Like, I am right-handed, so I brush my teeth with my right hand. But one time, I tried brushing with my left hand, and it was really hard. Like, you think brushing your teeth is pretty easy, right? But it reminded me that anything you do in life takes practice. And things that feel easy to you only feel that way because you practice them. And the same is true with piano. Brushing your teeth, you only do that 2 minutes a day. Or if you brush twice a day like you're supposed to, 4 minutes a day. 4 minutes makes it so your right hand gets really good, or your left hand if you're left-handed, but your other hand has never practiced, so if you try it, and I want you to try it tonight, and you'll see, whoa, this is hard. Why is brushing your teeth hard? Well, anything is hard the first time you try it without practice. But just a little bit of practice, 4 minutes a day of brushing your teeth, can make one hand good at it and the other not. So same goes for piano. If you only ever practice with your right hand, your left hand won't feel very good. And pianists need to use both hands. So make sure you're practicing both hands every day, even for just a few minutes, and you'll get better if you do it every day, just like brushing your teeth. Thanks for learning with me. Hope you all are staying safe out there and making music, making the world a little bit happier and more beautiful with your music. Thanks for watching.